Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm in the A through Z playthrough, we're going to be playing Illidan, who is largely considered bad because people don't like to try very hard with him. That being said, I want to tell you that the character has his moments, and hopefully we can pick a couple out for you. So, it's a YouTube video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out for us some more HOTS content. We're still making about half of a roster to go on this A through Z. It's Dragonshire, though, and the team comps today are going to be Nova, Gul'dan, Illidan, Kharazim, Arthas, and we are going to be playing against Diablo, Li Ming, Stukov, Falstad, and Zeratul. That red team bothers me mainly because of the Diablo. CC is a huge problem for Illidan, and because of that, Diablo is going to be a hell on wheels, we'll call it. A flaming, terrifying nuisance. So, all that being said, if you're just here for the build, remember, level 1's always going to depend on what you need most, but we're going to start this game with Unending Hatred. 4 is going to be Hunter's Onslaught. 7 will be Friend or Foe. We're going to take Metamorphosis this game. 13 is going to be Elusive Strike. 16 will be Marked for Death. And then 20 will be either Bolt of the Storm or the upgrade for... who's it's? Metamorphosis. Remember, I finally put it together, even though I just said it 10 seconds ago. Anyway, all that being said, if you're not familiar with Illidan's abilities, our Q, it's called Dive. We're just going to point and click and flip on to the other side of a target, dealing a small amount of damage. It's pretty decent. It's just a little bit less than Illidan's autos. No, actually it isn't. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. That brings me to our W. So our W is called Sweeping Strike. When you hit with this ability, it's just a straight line dash. Illidan's going to go forward, and is going to empower his auto attacks to do 35% more damage, I believe it is. Yes, for 3 seconds. So Illidan punches harder when he hits stuff with his W. So remember, W, punch harder, W, punch harder again, and then use your Q to get in and out of places. Mainly though, you want to use your Sweeping Strike to get into places, hit heroes, or just stuff that's going to give you the ability to punch better. Now, all that being said, your most effective tool, I think, on Illidan is going to be your E, your evasion. It's on a 15-second cooldown, but you'd get 2.5 seconds of complete evasion. That's all there is. You dodge auto attacks 100%. It's like having a blind on everybody on the enemy team. And that includes minions, towers, mercenaries, whatever. They all miss you with autos when you have evasion up. So it is fucking good. And then all that out of the way, the most, well, yeah, definitely the most important thing about Illidan is that his trait is a built-in lifesteal mechanic that he gets 30% from auto attack damage, and then he gets 1 second of cooldown reduction every time that he hits someone with an auto. So Illidan's attack speed's pretty good, and that means that the more you punch people, the more cooldowns that you have to let you effectively either dodge more or chase more or whatever. But either way, Illidan gets to punch more effectively the more that he punches. So that's really, really good stuff. If you've ever been in the situation where there's an Illidan on the enemy team and you are low health, if you don't have any of your abilities to kill him, or you're not an auto attacker yourself, you're usually just going to get run down and murdered, and that is the reason that most people think Illidan is good. Now, I don't agree with that in any way, because Illidan is good for other reasons, but you can definitely see his power when it comes to just chasing fuckers down. I mean, it's definitely a possibility for him. So, let's see here. 0.2 basic attack damage. Hero takedowns grant 1 basic attack damage. I was a little bit confused because I'm not used to this talent getting so stacked so fast. I often don't pick this talent. I'm usually taking Immolation or Battered Assault, but unending hatred is growing on me, because it stacked really fast this game, and it was all minion and, well, I guess some damage to heroes that helped, but it stacked up quick, and I could feel the damage as the game went on, which is part of the reason that we ended up taking the Metamorphosis again as well, because that helps us stay alive longer. What Metamorphosis is going to do for you is give you a whole ass invulnerable teleport, and then when you pop out of the teleport location, any enemy hero that you hit when doing that is going to give you an increase in your maximum health. So, that being said, oh my god, I've jumped over to the wall, and then we just need to auto attack a couple more times, completely casually walk away from him. Nothing to worry about there. Towers, autos, minions, whatever, none of that stuff matters when we have evasion up. So as long as you can be the person to push that E button at the right time, you're going to be completely safe diving behind gates. It's another really goofy thing about Illidan that you'll see a lot of people do. That just like unlimited bravery balls directly in the open outer rim, watching people just miss every attack. It's disgusting how often it happens, but it's also really funny watching bad Illidan players jump over a wall, get blasted by some hard CC, and die. And my god, is that the best. No, again, Metamorphosis is going to give you a max health increase per hero that you hit for 18 seconds. So 339, just doing quick math on that, if we hit 339 on 5 heroes, that's roughly 1,500, anywhere from 16 to 1,700 extra HP, I think, which is nuts. Considering that we've already got 2,600 right now, if we manage to hit 5 heroes, or even just 2 heroes, we're jumping that over 3,000, and that puts us almost in bruiser ranges of health. So Illidan, with Metamorphosis, can go places, dodge a lot of really weird damage, and wreak havoc on the back line of the enemy team. It's really, really cool. It just doesn't offer as much utility as the Hunt, which is what you're normally going to take. But since the two bottom lanes on Dragonshire are so close together, and we can clear very effectively between them, there's really no reason for us to worry about Hunt too much. Also, when you're using Hunt, if you're diving on the back line, if that Diablo has even a shred of a brain cell inside of his skull, he can easily just Q backwards, smash us into a wall, and make all of our dreams explode. So it sucks, but at the same time, it gives you a global presence with the character that normally doesn't have one, and that is very good. Very, very, very good. We're up to 47 extra attack damage. We've got 173 or 172.1 according to the indicator down here. That's pretty fucking good. Alarak at this level is hitting for right around, I think it's like 200 to 230. So, yeah, I dig it. And with Illidan's attack speed, it's pretty fucking crazy good. We can see that as well. Attack range is 1.2. We get 1.82 attacks per second. Our attack speed is crazy good. Now the talents that really... Oh, Randy Newman walking Randy Newman and Nandy Ruman on the top side of the map together. Interesting. I like those names. Reminds me of Toy Story. Anyway, Arth is being pushed in. We're going to pop the Metamorphosis on 2, get a whole bunch of health, and then chase down the Stukov, who has a whole bunch of armor. So our auto attacks are not going to be even remotely good. But then Randy Newman just gets punched directly in his bird brain. I'm trying to give you a dodge out. Can you get out? I don't think you can walk towards... Nope. Okay. You're going to jump back in? All right. I'm giving you another out up towards the top, but I guess you're fine. You don't need the... you're just going to set up this kill? Nope. They're going to run away. Looks like Zeratul really wants the Kharazim dead, and we can just hang out here for a solid minute. Okay. Turns out we didn't take Elusive Strike. We did take 6 cents for the reduction in the Falstad and Li Ming damage. Considering that Falstad is still bugged as of this video, oh my god, he didn't even go the W build. What a good guy, that Randy Newman. Truly good stuff. Like, way not to abuse bugs, my man. That was kudos. Thank you. Which is just more reason that we should have taken Elusive Strike instead of 6 cents. But 75% spell armor against Falstad and Li Ming is huge. So if you're in those games where someone is bug abusing Falstad, remember to take 6 cents. It's going to keep you alive a lot longer. And then once we hit 16, we get our insane burst damage upgrade on our Q. So that will be extremely good for chasing down specific targets and then just resting our testicles on their forehead. Because that's what Illidan does, that's what everyone assumes Illidan does, that's what everyone picking Illidan thinks that they're going to do when they pick him, so it's good. Especially with the Li Ming on the other team, I mean, my god. It's just so easy to sit on top of that character with Illidan. It's just watch, like, okay. Going into the bush, how dare you try to run from me, Nandy Ruman. Going back to the bush and blinking backwards, I am onto your games. That is the damage from your 16 talent with the dive. Marked for Death is going to give you 337 extra damage within a 10-second window on the same target. So 124 right now. We're doing right around 400 to 450 as Zeratul gets blasted directly through the skull by the ghost, and Terran beat Protoss yet again. Nice. Now it looks like we're just gearing up to end the game here. Falstad coming in, trying to take out the Nova, but I am hiding in the shadows, ready to descend upon that Birdman myself and save my... She's Amazon. Yeah, Amazon Nova. Yeah, I like it. Gotta keep your Amazons alive. They do all the damage. Now, all that being said, there's a couple talents for Illidan that require some brain power, but most of Illidan's build diversity is kind of lame. You pick a lot of the same stuff. Like 13 is a good tier because it's a defensive tier. It gives you some options to pick through, but normally your increased evasion window is what you're going to take. And then your level 1 talent, again, gives you some stuff to work with. Oh my god, I've been pushed so far. What a shove. But he died for it because he stunned himself by hitting that so far away. My Metamorphosis is going to disappear, isn't it? Lame. Gonna block a whole bunch of Falstad damage with that 75 spell armor too. It's fucking nuts. Nandy Ruman just getting sucked on by the Gul'dan. Unfortunate stuff. Also, turns out having an Arthas on your team as Illidan is really good because Arthas is a very strong counter to Illidan with the attack speed slow. So, if you're not aware of that, you should be. I mean, that's the oldest counter in the game, honestly. But level 1 kind of dictates how your end game goes and your early game goes for talents. As far as level 4 and level 7 go, I don't think you can pick anything else, mainly because they are so good at keeping you alive in the early game and letting you sustain. And then if you can jump to friendlies with friend or foe, that means that you can use dive to get out of bad situations that you've gotten into with the dive or your sweeping strike or hunt or whatever. So it's a very good talent. I strongly recommend taking it if you don't normally. And then 13 and 16, like I said, 13's good defensive tier, but I don't think you can take anything at 16 other than Marked for Death. Yeah, then again, that's kind of how I play Illidan. I go in and go out, whereas I think a lot of people like to just go in and stay in, and I'm not about that life. So I don't want to use increased percentage damage on my autos unless I have a really specific target in the back line with a big health bar that needs to die. But even then, I feel like Marked for Death is going to do plenty more consistent damage, and it's going to let you be more mobile. So I don't know, I think this is the best 16 talent for Illidan, period. And then 20 Bolt is always going to be good, and then the upgrade for Metamorphosis, I don't even remember. I think it's just a permanent Metamorphosis, and like he gets some more attack speed or something. I don't know. I never pick it. I don't like it. I mainly pick the hunt for the entire map range of global presence, but yeah. Anyway, Illidan's a fun character. If you're any good at clicking buttons and diving and juking and doing stuff, he's good. But if there is any amount of CC on the other team and they have half a brain about how to use it, you are going to have to be very careful about how you work all of your damage in. So that being said, thanks so much for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow with Imperius to continue down the line, and then we've got Jaina and Johanna starting into the J's to round out the week. But that is it for me. Thank you again for watching. Peace out. GG's.